They introduced me, and I'm going to, I don't have a teleprompter, which is probably good, because then I'm not just going to read straight off of everything. Yeah, cool. All right. Oh, sorry, I got to speak in here, right? Sorry, can't move around. Okay, so at Georgia State University, we have the Creative Media Industries Institute, and our students there create augmented and virtual reality. And so today I'm going to talk about Metaverse because our students are building the Metaverse as we speak. There's one sitting right there, actually, who just graduated. Hey, Max. Okay, so yeah, the Creative Media Industries Institute, which is right on Woodruff Park. It's a 3-story augmented and virtual reality production studio. Okay, so everything in this world is being recreated in the virtual world, the Metaverse. The Metaverse is a persistent digital universe that mirrors the real world and is becoming as diverse and awe-inspiring as the natural world. And you will be able to do everything there that you can do in the real world and so much more. This is where we need your imagination. The Metaverse is an enhanced and 3-dimensional internet, and the pandemic has exponentially sped up our transformation to this more evolved digital life. But let's go into a little bit of the history of the web before we get to where we are now. And at first the internet connected us to information, and then it connected us to each other through social media platforms. And now it is connecting us to each other directly and is including spaces and things in a 3D environment. It is a further convergence of our physical and digital lives, and it is about shared virtual experiences. And in my view, it must be creator-driven and value citizen first. But let me also explain that a little bit better. So the internet when the internet started, it was meant to share information. And the way that we shared that information was to make a copy in order to share it. So this was great for the consumer, but terrible for the creators of the information. So blockchain was the technology, starting with Bitcoin, that allowed financial data to be sent, but not copied. That same blockchain technology is now being applied to information, data other than money, and it is revolutionizing the value of information, since the creator can choose how and if and when what they create can be copied. So what is information? Information can be thought of as a digital file of any sort. Most of us, the work that we do results in a digital file. A .doc, a .pdf, a .html, a JPEG, a .mov, a WAV file, a JSON file, any code, everything results in a digital file. And that is what is now being protected by blockchain technology. Your creative labor. Artists were some of the worst victims of the internet being a copy machine. So they're the first to celebrate this new tech. And also, artists go into places and concepts and make them cool and acceptable, and then the rest of the people come along. So that was my explanation of an NFT. And that's not what this talk is really supposed to be about, but let's see what I've got. Okay, so again, everything in this world is being recreated in the virtual world, and we're going to be able to do everything. I mean, and we learned that when we started the pandemic and we started to work online and play online. I mean, obviously kids have been playing games for a long time, but we started to do a lot more online. And so, as with anything new, we start with the familiar. And right now, we're making replicas of everything in the real world and the virtual world as digital twins. We can make digital twins or 3D replicas of a person, a place, or a thing, like this smart city, this digital city. But let's start with the most important digital twin, your avatar. An avatar is a digital twin of yourself. Avatar in Sanskrit means the descent of a deity to earth, the manifestation in bodily form. So, and the avatar is an avatar the same as your digital identity? What's inside of that avatar, or what can we add? Currently, most of us refer to our digital identity as information in the form of data or numbers, like addresses and social security numbers and phone numbers and emails. It is also our social media usernames and activities, our likes, our dislikes, our posts, and not to mention our financial data and our health data. All of that data and information is taking form in a three-dimensional form as an avatar. And the possibilities of what we can do is at our fingertips. And how we can reimagine, reimagine what is possible. But all of that personal data must also be kept closest to the creator of that data. And this is where the metaverse will have to be citizen first, so that the creators own their own data using decentralized technologies. At the heart of our identity, our real life identity, and our digital identities is not numbers and data, though, but what it means to be human, our self-expression, and the ways that we communicate and create. We are not just a series of numbers. We need to manifest ourselves into a digital philosophical form. So our digital identity and because our digital identities and digital experiences are becoming as real and meaningful to our lives as our physical experiences. And the laws of physics need not apply. All right, I'm going to skip a few slides real quick. Oh, yeah. That's just a funny meme because you can't copy toast, but you can copy everything we do on the internet. All right. So what's better in real life? And what's better in the virtual world? And what's better as a combination? So I posit to you all, going to the DMV is better virtually. Tonight is better in real life. Okay, but I want to get to how real the virtual is. And the younger you are, or the more children that you have, the more this will resonate with you. My son is 19, and he went off to college this year, and I asked him to pack to go to college. So the first suitcase that he brought down was this one, filled with shoes. Okay, so shoes, I'm guessing that most of us have more shoes than we actually need. I mean, you know, we need shoes to keep our feet warm and to protect them from getting hurt on the ground. But after that, we are flexing, looking for a similar tribe, showing off, trying to find a mate. We are doing things other than protecting our feet, right? So Fewocious is a digital artist who I'm calling this whole little thing the anatomy of a sneaker. So Fewocious took his art and put it on digital sneakers and made these, and this was a very rare niche of the internet where people were making digital sneakers. Until Gucci started creating sneakers that are direct-to-avatar sneakers. These are sneakers that you can never wear, but your avatar can. Okay, sounds funny, but so Artifact, you know, they don't have any vowels because RTF, Artifact there. They also started making digital sneakers and were bought by Nike because it is clear that we want to pick out our clothing for our avatar just like each of you picked out your clothing to come to this event tonight. Because it's about our identity and who we are and how we connect to people and how we express ourselves. Oops. And now there are, again, back to the real and the virtual, there's now a concept called the fidgital, which is the physical and the digital connected. And we're already a little bit like that. You're pretty fidgital when you use your fingerprint on your phone or your facial recognition. That's fidgital. And so now people are selling things like a sneaker where you get the physical sneakers that you can wear to this event, perhaps, but your avatar can also wear the same sneakers. And if you sell the physical version of those sneakers, you sell the digital version as well as an NFT. So let me just make sure I got time. Okay. Oh, all right. I don't know what the time is, but they'll come kick me off, I guess. I'll just keep going. So this might sound crazy to you all because you're like, you know, in the real world, I use oil paints to paint on a canvas that I then show to real people who give me real dollars, and then they take that real painting home and put it on their real wall in their real house or a real museum. Sometimes that happens, but I don't think a lot. Because right now, people create content on computers connected to digital cameras and smartphones and electronic instruments using software and code, collaborating sometimes in real time and sometimes asynchronously with artificial intelligence or other humans across networks and across the world, creating new digital art forms, resulting in stunning interactive photos and immersive films and new music experiences and games and installations, all new art forms. And all of this is to conceptualize new ways to connect with each other. Oh, I skipped this. Kendrick Lamar said in his newly released song, The Heart, Part 5, "I don't need to be in flesh just to hug y'all." So these new art forms, what will be the new digital hug? Which one of you will create the new digital hug? Okay, so again, at the intersection of the real and the virtual is a fascinating place. And we need visionaries and humanitarians and philosophers and creators and coders and ethicists to help lead the way in what we do want to replicate in the real world and what we don't want to replicate in the real world. So what is better in real life and what is better virtual, and how can the two enhance each other? All right, so I'm coming to the very end. So the metaverse is a place where we will continue to spend more and more of our lives. Who owns it, who builds it, and how it is built will determine the kind of world that it becomes. All the stuff that's been talked about today, that can be put in to the way that we build the virtual world. Because, like the real world, the metaverse is very complex, and there are many problems yet to be solved. And that is where Atlanta comes in. We are the future, the digital citizens of Atlanta, whose responsibility it is to be a good steward of the metaverse, making sure it is as diverse it is diverse, equitable, accessible, and sustainable. And I'm going to leave you all with this, this. These are the 7 rules of the metaverse, and I'll let you read them yourself. And so we need to build the metaverse pixel by pixel. There's a lot of labor involved, so let's get started. But you need to figure out how to monetize your labor while you're doing it. Thank you.